Typically, how hard is it for the specialists, the kickers, the punters, and the rest of the team to sort of bond, given that they don't really interact a whole lot during practice?
Well, that's one of the most important things about camp is they have the opportunity to do that here. The best places is they do it in the weight room. They lift and condition with everybody else. The other thing is here they'll, room and eat with everybody else, and then once practice starts, they're separated to a degree because they have a real specific role, and so they do their thing. There's actually more interaction than you think, but it's it wouldn't be as much as receiver with receiver. But here's the other thing. I mean, it's probably as much though as the starting D lineman and the backup receiver or something like that.
Just in general, because Eric is maybe a superior lifter in the weight room than your average kicker, do you think he has a little more respect from the players than most kickers do?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, they like to watch it happen. They're always impressed when a guy at that position, kind of gets after it and really embraces it,
Was Powell the shoe-in for the scholarship after the season? Like, was there anyone else that you guys considered, or just because of what he did for the team last year?
Powell? Well, the biggest thing is I felt like Powell was one of the three best kickers in the league last year, and so yeah, I mean, he's hung in there, and the other thing I thought performed really well, and so then from that standpoint, definitely earned it.
As you go through the steps today, you got full pads. Is it just another formality, or did you see something today that really impressed you since they went full pads?
Thought we executed better. I don't think it had anything to do with pads as much as really just kind of building on the work we've done up to this point. So I thought both sides of the ball executed a little better, a little sharper, even with a certain amount of fatigue. And so I thought this was the best practice we've had.
Like, Isaiah Johnson looked like he did some nice things today. Like, has he really come along this week since fall?
He's come along a lot. I'm going to say probably it started over the summer. But he was good. I thought he was definitely a very promising freshman there in spring, and then but considerably better now than he was then.
What are some of his strengths?
Size, great hands. If he times his jump and things, he really plays the ball in the air. Sometimes he'll mistime it. And then the other thing is he's a pretty coachable guy and steadily improves. I mean, he's one of those guys that picks things up pretty quickly.
Has Robert Taylor been what you were hoping he would be when you were recruiting him?
Well, if anything, he's faster than what we thought he'd be. We thought he'd be pretty good. I would say he's both, because he's not a real big guy, he's both faster and more physical than we thought he'd be, and we had pretty high expectations there. He made a play yesterday that I'd never seen made before. Came down from safety and picked the ball in the flats, and just the space you have to cover and how quick you have to take off. It's typically a play. I don't even care if the defense knows it's coming because I don't believe they can get there, but evidently Robert Taylor can. So
I'm not sure C.J. Dimry in his time here has been through a pads practice. How's he adjusting to a more physical style of play?
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, he's put together some good practices, and he's. I think he's still getting in shape a little bit, but he goes out and. If he hits a dormant period, he's kind of fought his way out of it, and has done some impressive things. He's got great hands. We got to get his routes a little better, but he'll play the ball, take it away. All of a sudden, there's a play that looks doomed, and he'll go ahead and make it.
Guys coming in and out of the receiving position, how do you think Caleb has come in and filled in at this point?
I think he's done good. One thing he does is he bursts really fast, really hard, really quick. He never hesitates. That's the best thing about Caleb is there's never any hesitation.
You got to like his upper strength too. He seems like a pretty physical guy.
Yeah, he thinks he's a weight room guy. He gets all tatted up, makes muscles and all that. So so they like that. The other guys like that. He's kind of a gun show guy. Yeah.
Like, when do you expect Gabe back with the ones?
Gabe's just fine, and and so we're excited about that too.
Anything else for Coach?
Thanks.
Thanks, Coach.